Yeah, yeah, yeah. Screw you. Well, let's take my time over there. Don't feel like waiting up, just gotta go to the Clover there, so. Of course, the monitor is probably my fault because, you know, switched the key on a couple times because of the seat here. The switch in the seat here for the air. Yeah, see, here's the air line here. I got it pinched off right now. Just like with the 7030, the same thing. There's you know, 2 wires go in to activating the switch, and it's got an air line going to it. Then, of course, this is all plastic then too, you know, plastic switch, and of course, where the line goes into, that plastic housing is cracked, so the locking mechanism doesn't stay in because, well, it's cracked. It expands as it gets air pressure. It expands, and then it pops out. Then, so I gotta find it. I gotta look up where we got the switch for the T7030. If just ordered from there again, but I got it pinched off with a vice grip right now. Just way the tippy end, just trying not to, you know, hope I don't have to cut off so much because there's not much slack at all. So. And I'm fighting the GPS a little bit now, but that was probably my fault for it because it hates when you key on, and it doesn't like it. It throws a absolute fit. I don't know why this thing that has, like, the monitor and the swather is IntelliView 4 as well. It just doesn't have the GPS on it, but that thing just works. Like, you can key that thing on and off as much as you want. It just works every time. It loads up really fast, and I don't know. Maybe this terminal is just a hunk of junk. Don't have much with this trouble with this thing, but this is pretty much the hydraulics and whatnot here. But then the combine's in the IntelliView 2 monitor. That thing's been fine. Has nothing wrong with that. It just works. No GPS on that thing, unless the GPS hogs up that much resources where it's just a pile of junk. I don't know. Clover looks pretty nice here. Pretty nice. Hard to say how tall it is. It's halfway up on the tires on the tractor, and it's taller in some other places yet. So, doing a pretty nice job with that moisture in the soil. It's churning up pretty good, so pulling pretty hard. 90% engine power right now, so real nice job. So I get asked this every time we disc this Clover down underneath. Why don't I make this into hay? Why did I make this for hay? It's not for hay. This is for going back to the soil to help replenish it. This is part of the organic program here that we're still in. Still got a few acres in the organic yet, so this is one way we can let the soil rest. Clover is really good for nitrogen and nutrient uptake and weed suppression. So that's why we put this in a Summerfallow every 3 to 4 years. So just disc it pretty good here the first go around like this. The next time I disc, I won't disc it so deep, and then we're gonna seed some cover crop on it then too, and that'll grow the rest of the year then. So as long as we get moisture, I suppose. Pretty nice. This is about the only tillage I don't mind doing is when I get to plow Clover under. But I suppose that's what I'll be doing the next couple hours. This field and then one right over there then, so half a mile that way. Yeah, nice stuff here. Nice and thick. Almost as tall as the tire, just about. Some of those plants probably are. I gotta work on that depth setting crank on there. It goes really hard. Try to take it apart again and clean it up and spray a bunch more graphite in there. Turn a little easier, so I got the adjusted disc to go deeper. So, oh, there must have been a tree pile here. Yep, where we burned a tree pile here. Isn't that something? That Clover, there's just a little dead spot there where we burned tree piles. That's amazing that it only killed that little bit of clover. See, this stuff's pretty resilient. Well, just about done here. I got east over there and another round there, so, and a little bit east side there. But yeah, the one time I'm not paying attention up ahead here, I went to go grab a granola bar, a snack out of my bag, and maybe like, you know, 10-20 seconds, you know, getting stuff and opening it up, and then I look behind me and there's just a pile of dirt and clover then pushing then. And so I have to lift up here, just like the one time I'm not paying attention. Trying to lift it up, you know, slow and whatnot, but a little bit of a mound. Oh, where is it at? Kind of like, yeah, right there it is. Kind of a mound here, so I'll have to work on that a little bit, probably just twice. Heading east, so it smoothing out a little bit then, so ugly sucker. Can't make it up. That's how my luck is. Pay attention everywhere else except for just the one 10-20 seconds from here to here. Instantly starts pushing. Yikes. Stupid tree pile. Pick up that stuff and throw it in the trees once I get a loader over here at rowing bales or something. Stupid ice storm. Harley, how you doing? Getting warm, kitty? Huh? Here's some more thunderstorms. Didn't know it was supposed to rain today. All done? You snarfed that up, kitty. Good for now? Probably use a little more, but you're okay for now till this evening again. The hunters. You got your summer weight on. Yeah, these cats get a little thin during the summertime. So active here during the summer versus the winter. So, but always try to feed them some nibbles every now and then when I see them, just to. Kitties are getting enough yet. Keep that energy level up. I know kitties catch a lot of mice. I know they do. Yep, because I don't know what else you'd be eating. Yeah, not really. It's kind of in limbo. Just kind of move some of the cows to some other pastures now. Just, you know, to the next pasture up, and doing some odd jobs, a little more maintenance then, and kind of in limbo here, and then all of a sudden gotta go then. So, but man, for end of June, beginning of July here, that's green. Like, that's green out right now. Haven't seen it this green since, like, I think 2018 or 2019. It might have been 2019. Might have been. The year we had that Blizztober blizzard, that was, everything was green up to then too, so yeah. So everything's, this time of year, normally it's brown. There's half of it's brown. Normally this time of year for us, and it's weird. It's just wondering, when's it gonna shut off? This is the next thing. When's the rain gonna shut off? So I don't know. Kitty. I suppose I better get back to work here, which I might waste a little more time here with you. Look at that. Look at that. Yep, one of those things. I hope it don't rain. I hope it don't. Could get a shower here though. I don't know. Can't believe I say that sometimes. And then I wish it would rain then, because it shuts off. You might be asking yourself, the heck am I doing underneath the Massey here? I'll tell you why. Because there's some grease zerks underneath here on the front end here, driveline. Oh, come on, you're not really gonna focus. Okay, that'll work. But yeah, there's a, where's he at? Where's he at? There's one there. See that grease zerk right there? Yeah, there's one there. There's a bearing holder right here. Come on, right there. Grease zerk right there for this bearing holder here. And then there's one more here then, which I can't do it now without moving the tractor, but it's just for another day. But it's this thing right here. The grease zerk's actually on top right now. I can't get to it right now. I could probably get it from the sides. This one's a little bit easier to get to, but I can't do it now because it's straight up. So hell with that. I'll wait till it's a little better position. But yeah, there's 3 zerks underneath there. There's splines here, and for the splines back here, and then for a bearing holder here then. So 3 zerks that aren't in the book. And then there's nothing else. And there's a U-joints up there, and there's a U. Is there a U-joint here? Or no? Oh yeah, there is a U-joint here too. Yep. I gotta get the grease gun. I didn't take the grease gun underneath here because I'm like, well, chances are they're probably not gonna be lined up. But lo and behold, there's one. Because that's kind of a reminder, PSA for maybe crawl underneath. Check to see if there's zerks. I mean, I don't think they're that important, but it doesn't hurt if they get a little bit of grease every 500 hours or so. You know, wouldn't hurt. Speaking of 500 hours, there's grease zerks for the rear axles here too. One on each side for the main bearings there. Same with on our ACO too. T73 is the same way too, but should probably give them a couple shots of grease at some point here too, I suppose. Because why not? It's a good thing that they got those splines greasable underneath there. That's good. It keeps those splines, you know, lubricated then from seizing and any vibrations and whatnot. Helps out a little bit underneath there. I mean, good condition. But there's that bearing holder though too, so that probably a little more important. But yeah, I suppose. I think that bearing holder, I think that's more like just more or less a support for the drive line underneath. I think that's all it's for. There's just barely enough room for doing that without having to take anything off. Kind of surprising, but it's got to be in the right position though. So that wind came up again. Storm must be getting closer. Whatever the hell it's doing out there. Okay. Doesn't look bad at all. So, but maybe what other tractors are like that too. My TS6 is kind of the same way. It's splines coming out of the front of the transmission. Splines there. There's a knuckle, and then there's a knuckle up front. All 3 of those points have grease zerks on them, but it's pretty easy to tell because the front, just right behind the front axle, if the grease zerk on that knuckle is at a certain position, kind of not straight up and down, but kind of off to the side a little bit, pretty much I can grease all 3 points then. So if it's at that one specific position, the only position, then I can grease that on that tractor, then that's not in the book at all either. It's just discovered it on my own shortly after I had the tractor, so just poking around on stuff on it. The Genesis has a grease zerk on the splines there. That's the super steer on there, so that is documented in the book. So for those splines, because of the movement from the super steer axle, so those splines need more grease more often versus other stuff. Of course, the payloader has that as well for the transmission as well. Going off the engine, and then down below then there's one going to the back axle and the front axle then too. So it was like that on a roll payloader too. The other tractors don't think nothing's greasable on them. Nothing. It's kind of nice that there's greasable points on those drive lines. It's a good thing. It's kind of a pain to do it, but then again, you can maintain it yourself a little bit to get a little more life out of some of those components then. So but hey, we did cut some hay though. A couple ditches really, getting some big cuts, a couple things that just take time, you know. So chance of storms tomorrow, which is a good chance, also on Friday, also on Saturday, and also on Sunday. Middle of next week, upper 80s and possibly some 90s. So I know my flax is just about ready to start to bloom, and I see one of the neighbors' fields of flax is starting to bloom too. So I suppose it's probably due to be get some 90 degrees here, I suppose, if that trend holds, I guess. Right when the flax blooms. Typical. So, but I think we only had like one 90-degree day so far this year, which is weird. And you look back at like 2021, or was it 22? It was 21 and 22 actually, but like we had like 15 to 20 days in June it was 90 degrees and above. Different tale this year. Well, caught up on spraying now, so sprayed the two soybean fields at the old farm. Started another, so the rest of the soybeans can wait. I don't know, might have to respray a couple of the soybean fields close to home here. The two little ones up north and one of mine over here probably. I don't know if one of them I have to go with Liberty. Maybe the one east here I might just be able to get away with just Roundup maybe. See what's all coming, but maybe if I need to it. See how it goes here, but I don't know, just like some of those soybeans are so slow. Just taking forever. Some fields look really nice. They're starting to canopy, and else the next field is just like, what are you so slow for? So, but yeah, haying season just can't get going. Can't get going on it. With all this, I know some guys have been cutting hay, but it's like you cut some hay now, like we cut some of the ditches here and whatnot. It's like if that stuff gets rained on multiple times here, it's gonna be junk. So it's just like we're just better off leaving some stand. I was gonna cut more today, but like I say, they kind of changed the forecast now where chance of severe storms here the next 4 days. So there's only supposed to be tomorrow and some slight chances, but nope, now there's like really good chance for 4 days in a row here now. So kind of just parking brake still pulled yet, but the fields that were cut already, boy, that alfalfa was like a foot tall already. Even the grass is growing back quite a bit too. It's crazy. I mean, the grass is insane this year. It's insane. Mowing a ditch up north. It's just heavy grass. Just crazy. So